What's up, Diabetes family? It's your boy Percy Robinson coming at you with another smash hit video. Now today we are in the kitchen and we are making something special for each and every one of you. Now I got something special planned for you guys, so please stay tuned. You guys do not want to miss this episode. Now, even though this show is for diabetics, I don't want to discourage anybody else that is not diabetic. This show is also for the people that are on that health food journey. You feel me? I'm trying to prevent you guys from getting diabetes as well. So this show is for everybody. You hear me? Everybody. Today we're in the kitchen and we're gonna make some birria tacos. Now, these tacos are going to be all vegan, and we're going to use jackfruit as the meat substitute. You definitely don't want to miss it. You definitely want to check this out. This is a recipe that everybody's doing all over the internet, and I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in it. You feel me? Before I got sick, these were some of the tacos that I love to eat. The flavor was amazing. So I seen a lot of recipes on the internet, and I'm like, you know what? Let me put my little twist into it. Let me put my little flavor into it. So these are going to be tacos you definitely want to try. And when you do, definitely hit your boy up on IG. You know what I'm saying? It's Certified Diabadass. And definitely hit me up on Facebook. It's Diabadass79. Please. Or just drop me something in the comments. You know what I mean? I always get back to you. It may not be the time that you want me to get back to you, but I will definitely get back to you. So, with that being said, let's get cooking. So, what I want you to do is I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, and I'll see you on the other side. Holla at your boy. Roll the intro. Okay, Diabetes family, welcome back to another edition of Diabetes Kitchen. So today we are going to grab 3 cans of jackfruit. Now, I know jackfruit has this stigma attached to it. It's pretty briny or the texture is off, but I have the answers to those questions today. So make sure you watch this till the end and you will get the knowledge that I just got. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack open these 3 cans of jackfruit. And as you can see, there's really nothing exciting about the inside of this can. Now, in recent recipes, when I used to prepare jackfruit, I would just cut the ends off and use the other end pieces. But today we are going to use the whole thing. Trust me, it's going to be worth it, and you'll have a lot to work with. So right now, I'm just running some water, and I am going to put the freshly opened jackfruit inside my colander to give it a nice rinse. Now I want to put a disclaimer out there. When you're cooking this recipe, you want to make sure you're cooking this recipe on a weekend and not a weekday. Now, if you have time on the weekday to cook it, then by all means do it. But if you have a working schedule, you're going to school, whatever, make sure you cook this on the weekend. This is a weekend treat. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to add 3 cups of water to our pot. Now, once we transfer this pot to the stovetop, we are going to set it to about medium heat, and we are going to add our jackfruit. Now, this is the first time we are going to start the boiling process. We're going to start the boiling process, so it's going to take about an hour. Now, once the hour is up, I know that was pretty quick, but once the hour is up, we are going to grab our colander and we are going to drain the jackfruit. Now, after the first part of boiling this, you may be thinking to yourself, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and just go past these steps. No, boil it again. So like I said, we are going to give it a rinse after we get it out of the pot. Rinse it really good. Take your time with this, people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, this is a recipe that you want to take your time for. You want to make sure that all the flavors are matching and the aroma and the smells are amazing. So once we got everything done, we are going to add it back into the pot, add another 3 cups of water, and we're going to let it boil. But while we're letting it boil, we are going to start our next steps. Now with this recipe, I'm going to be making 7 Guajillo chiles. I think I said it right. Don't go in on me, people. I'm trying. And 1 Pasilla chile. So with this step, we are going to grab a container of our choice, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. We are just going to be taking all the seeds out of these chiles. Now, one suggestion that I do have is after your first boiling and you're on your second boiling, this is when you want to do your other steps with the chiles and any other prep work that you may have, dicing up the onions and dicing up the cilantro as well. So once everything is done, it is ready to just put everything together and it doesn't take as long. So as you can see, I'm pulling the stems, I'm pulling the seeds out, just making sure that all the seeds are completely out, because we don't want this to be super hot, because we do have people that have sensitive palates. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not be selfish. But if this was just me, I would like it as spicy as possible. Now, I just want you guys to take a look at the colors of these chiles. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that are going to be going into your body. These are the things that the colors that you want in your body. This is why it's so important to eat fruit and food and vegetables with nice rich colors attached to it. So as you can see, the jackfruit is coming along real well. It is being tenderized as we speak. So now I'm going to add the freshly de-seeded, I guess it's de-seeded. That doesn't even sound right, but you guys know what I mean. And I'm going to add it to a small pot with some water and just rehydrate it. Cook it for about 9 minutes. So as those chiles are being cooked, this is when I am going to start cutting up my cilantro and my onions and dicing it up and making it look nice and pretty and presentable for my family or my guests. Now, cilantro has so many health benefits. I'm not going to get into it with you guys today, but please watch my black bean burger episode, and that's where I break down the health benefits of cilantro. But not only does it taste amazing, it is very good for you guys. So I suggest you add cilantro to your repertoire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is my least favorite part of the recipe. I don't know about you, but I despise cutting onions. I hate cutting onions. Like, this is the worst vegetable to cut up, for me at least, because I'm always tearing up. And I mean, it smells great, but it's just, I'm constantly just wiping my eyes. So besides all that, what we're going to do is we are going to slice this onion up nice and finely into little cubes, because we are going to use these onions for the toppings. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once you're done cutting up your onions and your cilantro, make sure you get a nice decorative bowl. even if it's just for you. You know what I'm saying? Treat yourself. Don't go getting like some paper bowl or some plastic bowl. I mean, if you have to, go ahead, but get a nice decorative bowl. You know what I'm saying? And add it to there, because I know you're going to be taking the pictures of it for the gram. You feel me? Okay, so we have the jackfruit boiling and we have our chiles almost ready. Actually, they're ready right about now. So doesn't this look amazing? Now that they're nice and soft, we are ready to add these bad boys to the blender. Okay, for this part, I want you guys to pay close attention. Get your notebooks. So what we're going to do is we are going to add the chilies. We're going to take our prongs and we're going to add the chili straight from the pot to our blender. And then what we're going to do is we are going to add half of the water that we used to boil it into the blender. And then we're going to add 1 whole bay leaf. Yes, 1 whole bay leaf. And then we're going to add 4 cloves of garlic, 5 if you want to. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of pepper. And one thing that I didn't add was oregano, but you definitely want to add oregano. I didn't have it at the time. And then we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of white vinegar. Once we have all those ingredients inside, we are going to blend this for about 2 minutes. Now, once our sauce is nice and blended, we are done and we are ready to dump out the jackfruit. Now, as you can see, this jackfruit is nice and tender now. All pieces are nice and tender, so we can use every last piece of this jackfruit in our recipe. Isn't that great? Now, don't be like me. Keep running cold water over the jackfruit because this is piping hot. Wait till it cools off, and then, inside the colander, you can just take your hand and just start squeezing and breaking everything apart. So I know this process takes a while, but trust me, guys, you definitely want to do this. Now, I have watched some episodes with people making this recipe, and one thing that they do is they take their hand and they squeeze the water out of it. What I'm going to do, and I suggest you guys do this, is get a cheesecloth, put everything into the cheesecloth, and then squeeze it. Just like I did in a few other episodes when I was doing my hummus recipe. I suggest you guys check that out as well. But make sure the jackfruit is in the cheesecloth. We're gonna wrap it up like we always do. Give it a nice little spin, and then we're gonna squeeze all the moisture out of this jackfruit. Now, by doing this is going to give that jackfruit a nice texture. It's going to take that moisture out of it. It's not going to be, it's not going to have that texture that we're used to having. It's going to give it that extra bite that it needs. Now, jackfruit holds a lot of water, so make sure you guys squeeze as much moisture out of this. Like, again, take your time doing this, people. You will thank me later. You know what I'm saying? So look at how much moisture that I squeeze into that. And voila, you're going to have a ball of jackfruit. I know it doesn't look like much, but once you take your spatula and we're going to saute it, and then we're going to add 4 cups of mushroom broth. Now, the mushroom broth is going to give it that beefy kind of taste. You can add vegetable broth as well. I just decided to go with the mushroom broth instead. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our sifter and we're going to pour our sauce into the sifter. The reason why we are doing this is really simple. We are separating the liquid from the solids. That's it. You know what I mean? We want all the liquid, and we're going to toss the solids away. So once we got all the sauce inside with the mushroom broth, we're just going to give it a nice stir, make sure everything is nicely infused, and we are going to use some Maggi's seasoning. Now with the Maggi seasoning, you can get this on Amazon, or you can go to any of your Mexican supermarkets and they have it there as well. You may have some at your regular supermarket as well, but I had to go to a Mexican specialized store to grab it. So we're going to add a tablespoon of Himalayan sea salt. Y'all already know how I feel about Himalayan sea salt. And then we're going to add 4 cups of regular water. And then, you know, the other onion that we cooked, we're going to add that as well. Now, after we got all the ingredients into the pot, we're going to give it a nice stir again. We're going to put the top on and we're going to let it cook for about 30 to 45 minutes. So at this point, all I'm doing is I'm just taking dry corn tortillas and I'm just warming them up. And then once they are all nice and warmed up, I'm going to add these to the tortilla warmer. That's it. You know what I mean? And then once that is all done, that's when I'm going to start building my tacos. Now, do you guys smell that? It's smelling like this sauce is done. So what I'm doing is I am taking some avocado oil. You can use regular olive oil if you like, but we're going to grease this pan and we're going to add our corn tortillas to the hot plate. Now, ever since I became vegan, I was on the search for a good cheese. This right here is a good cheese. It melts well and it tastes extra cheesy. I don't know what they did, but it is amazing. So we're going to add our cheese to the corn tortillas, and then we're going to add our jackfruit on top of the cheese. Now, most people they're going to dip the corn tortillas into the sauce and then put it in the pan. I decided to do a little bit different. Now, you can do that by all means, go ahead and do that, but I'm going to do it a different way. So just bear with me. So right now everything is cooking. I'm adding, you know, the fresh cilantro on top, and then I'm going to be adding the onions as well. And ladies and gentlemen, these tacos are nice and built. I'm going to give it a nice little fold, just like that there. Don't be alarmed if you have a little bit falling out. Just, you know what I'm saying, push a little, you know, push that little bit back inside. You're okay. You're going to be all right. You know what I mean? Now, this is where I add the sauce. I add the sauce when it's on the pan and the taco is fully folded. You know what I mean? And it turned out just as well. Now, I'm going to cook these on each side for 30 seconds to a minute on each side. And it's going to give it that nice crispiness, you know what I mean, mixed with the salt and the cheesiness. You guys, your boy did his thing on this one. Your boy did his thing on this one. I suggest you guys take the time and you guys make this yourself. I wish I can serve you all this, but obviously, you know, with COVID and everything, you know, I really can't be mobile right now. But like with the colors and the flavors and the smells, I mean, you guys, this is so good. And when you guys do try this, hit your boy up, real talk. You know what I mean? Okay, Diabetes family, welcome back, baby. So, as you can tell, it took a little bit of time to get this done, but the end result is amazing. You feel me? I mean, if you guys were here in the kitchen with me, it smells so good in here. I mean, the only part that took a long time was the jackfruit. That was the only thing that took long at all. So if you were going to do this recipe, I would get an early start at it. And those of you that are discouraged because it takes a long time, sometimes good food takes a while to make. You want to make sure you don't want to rush your food, you know what I'm saying? And when you're cooking for yourself or your family, your loved ones, whatever, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take that time, and the taste of it will be that satisfaction, you know what I mean? That good taste. So I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a while. I mean, probably a couple episodes, is I'm going to do the taste test just to see. I kind of cheated before I started filming and I took a bite. It was just for the picture. My bad, I'm sorry. But it was good, but I'm gonna do another taste test in front of you guys, just so you guys can get, oh my God, this is so good. And then you gotta make sure you dip it in the sauce, just like that there. Oh my. Yo, you can't even tell the difference. I don't know if you guys cooked jackfruit before, how like sometimes it has that briny taste to it. This actually doesn't. Cooking it for that extra hour or two, and it softens it up, takes that brine taste away. I'm telling you, so good. Let me dip it again. Yo, this vegan cheese, I suggest you go out and get it. This was cheesy. It doesn't even taste like a vegan meal. I mean, I almost feel like I'm cheating, but this tastes amazing. I suggest you guys try it out. And if you do try this recipe out, make sure you hit me up on my IG, I'm serious, or leave a comment below, or hit me up on Facebook. I'm gonna leave all of those tags in the description below. But anyways, I'm gonna finish smashing on this food, so I'm gonna leave on this note. If you eat good, you live good, and you feel good. And don't forget to tune in, tell a friend, and subscribe. Holla at your boy. Peace.